Please guide the board in its decisions that it makes for the benefit of the school. Thank you for all of the teachers, staff, students, administration that we have here at Poto, and help bless them and guide them along their daily trips and their daily choices that they make each and every day. Dear Lord, thank you for allowing us to be here today, and in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. All right, if you could call the meeting to order. Roll call, please. Here. All right, flag salute is next. I understand we have our high school academic team here. Mr. Brennan, are you here to introduce them?
Yes, yeah, this is the academic bowl game. I've got 3 of our starting 4 members, and they are Cooper Gillen, Bo Flanagan, and Ethan McPhee, and they just finished up the season, and they finished 5th in the state, so very proud of them. They made it to state 5 years in a row, and no one to my knowledge has done that, and if you think about that, that's 5 years, and these 3 boys, along with Daniel Zane, he's not here, they're our starters, and so from freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior, they helped to make that possible 4 out of those 5 years that we made state. So there's something special, and I'll certainly be sad to see them go. I told them at dinner after our state contest that I've had all my children graduate now, and I'm going to nearly miss them as much as my own kids. So I'm pretty proud of them.
That's great. All right. If y'all want to come forward and lead us in the pledge. Everyone stand. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Thank you so much for being here, and congratulations on all of your success throughout your high school career. All right. We have quite a few guests here tonight. We appreciate y'all all being here. Support Employee of the Month.
Yes, so we do have 2 different groups. We'll do as we normally do. We'll go in the front. Let's start with our PKMS. So, come on up, start on that end, shake hands. And do you want to kind of share a little bit of good news? Who we got with us today?
Audrey is our support personnel, and she is truly outstanding. And we are so blessed to have her in our building. And she was overwhelmingly selected. And so I have a whole page full of really amazing comments, but I've just chosen a few. One of them said, Audrey does so much for our school. She's always helpful and is so great with kids. She keeps PKMS running smoothly. Audrey is superwoman and the best multitasker I know. Audrey is always friendly and helpful. She works hard with the teachers to keep them updated about things happening at school. She works with students and parents to make them feel welcome. She's an excellent asset to PKMS. She knows where everything is located, knows the answers to every question, is always available by text, call, or intercom when it works, and is always helpful to everyone. She is totally outstanding. And she is the glue that holds all of us together. And I would agree with all of those things and more. So I am so grateful to get to work for her, or work for her, and with her.
All right, and next we have SEC, if you guys come up. Also, on this, there's a $50 gift card that goes with this, by the way. First National Bank here in Poto has sponsored this the entire year. So at the end of the year, there'll be one that gets a $500 gift card as well. So really thankful for our First National Bank here in town supporting us.
Mr. Ira Harris is the SEC Support Employee of the Month. Some comments about Mr. Ira. Mr. Ira is always willing to help with everything extra. Mr. Ira is a selfless man. He goes above and beyond anytime anyone asks for assistance. He never says no or puts it off until later. Most of all, he builds positive relationships with some of our most special students. Mr. Ira is always so helpful and kind. He works hard to keep the building clean. He stays for all the ball games to clean up and help out. I think he deserves some recognition for his hard work. Ira is always willing to help. He puts up with so much, and I never have heard him complain. He was here early with all the ice and made sure the building was safe for the faculty and the staff, and that everything was taken care of. Teresa Quant says, the school custodians, the quiet hero of the school. They are always the first to arrive each day, cleaning up messes no one dares to touch, and befriending everyone that passes by. And that personifies Mr. Ira.
Hey, you guys want to?
And then if no one has any objection, I'd like to move to Superintendent Report, item A, bus appreciation.
February is National Association of Pupil Transportation. They identify this as Love the Bus Month. And once we've asked school bus drivers or normal route drivers to come up and we want to appreciate them. This group we've got 19 total routes, total of 20 drivers. We have one route that's split, different drivers morning and afternoon. But of all those drivers, they have held the CDL cumulatively for 450 years.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
To show you how much experience that we have in our bus driving group, and it's much appreciated. You guys come up here, please. We'll recognize you.
Hey, guys. I think we're way out here.
Yeah, there you go. There we go. Thank you, guys.
recognize a lot of bus drivers that wear a lot of different hats, so we appreciate everything that they all do, and those that come here just to drive our kids to and from school, which is obviously very important and something that we all value.
Yep.
Any comments from the public?
No, there is none.
All right. I would entertain a motion to approve the minutes from our regular board meeting from January 8th and the minutes of the special board meeting from February 5th.
I make a motion, we approve the minutes. I'll second it.
Roll call, please. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Financial reports, encumbrances, and change orders.
So if you'll turn with me past your minutes. To where it says Treasurer Monthly Report. If you'll look with me for the month of January, if we'll start with the general fund, our revenues are up. That's mostly due to the state aid. And remember, last month we talked about the state aid midterm adjustment, so we received that in the month of January. So that was really good news. Our expenditures are still up, but that's because of our increase in our salaries this year. So that's staying consistent through every month. That's really being really consistent. If you look at the building fund, our revenues are up. So in the month of January, we did receive the Redbud funding. That's that medical marijuana tax. And then we received like $382,000 in the month of January for that. And that's to be used for building fund improvements. Our expenditures are still down in building fund, but we are starting to purchase and do more items in there that are needed. And then if you look at child nutrition, for the month of January, our child nutrition revenue is down slightly, and that's to be expected either the month of December or January, because in December we're out 2 weeks there, the meal counts are down, so that's just what happened there. Our expenditures for child nutrition are up, and that's because in the month of January we purchased that box truck to use for our commodities and different deliveries. We also purchased some floor scrubbers for the cafeteria, an oven, some racks, a lot of different things there in child nutrition that we've been needing. So that's why our expenditures are up for the month of January in child nutrition.
How are collections going for child nutrition?
They're staying steady. So we're doing really good. I talked to Cindy Anson, and we're staying really steady there. So that's good. And then if you'll flip over or to the next page is our year-to-date. And we'll look at general fund again. So our revenues, like I talked about general fund, they are up mostly because of the state aid. And also in January, that's when we receive our county ad valorem. So January is usually a pretty good month, and it is every year at this time. Our expenditures are still up, and that's because of our increase in our salaries, our increase in our insurance that we paid this year. But in general fund, we no longer have a deficit, so that's really good news. But usually in January, you wouldn't. And then our fund balance is up $1 million from last year, so we're doing good there. If you look at the building fund, revenues are staying up, and like I talked about in January, we received that Redbud funding, so we expect our second payment in June, which should be another $300,000 there. So we should have like a total of $750,000 bringing in for the year with that Redbud funding. So it does help our schools. And then the expenditures are down, but we are going to start using those funding because we need to for the capital improvement projects that we've discussed. Child nutrition is just, it's staying steady, so that's what we want it to do. We need to actually spend that down, and we've been trying to do that. But if you look at the total operation column, that's where I get excited. Our revenues are up from last year, and our expenditures are down. That's what we want to do. So that's really good news. And then our fund balance, we are actually, if you look at the general building and child nutrition, you combine all three of those funds, we are up over $2 million. So that's what we want. And January is going to be a good month because of the ad valorem. But that's what we want right now at this time. So. And then on those next pages, that's like more detailed information if you want to look at for, you know, the revenue and the expenditures. If you'll flip all the way with me past that blue sheet, which is our activity fund, we'll go into the purple sheet, which is our encumbrances. And it's this. I just want to look at a few of these with you. So on our general fund encumbrances, on that first page, if you will look with me for PO number 889, we need to purchase some laptops for our teachers. And we are actually going to be able to use some of our ESSER funds that we have right now to purchase some laptops. So teachers can, you know, if we have to teach virtually, they can. So we're needing to buy some laptops, and that's what we plan on doing with that ESSER fund there. And then if you go down on the same page to PO number 897, we're going to use some more ESSER funds there, and that's for Chromebooks for our students. And we just have to continue to purchase those because they don't last as long as we would like for them to last, from my opinion. If you go to the very last page of the purple, which is the general fund, it's page 5 of 5. And the very last one is PO number 987. That's more ESSER funds. And that's where we want to purchase some cleaning machines. I know the custodians are probably excited about these to help clean and stuff, and other items that are needed there that we can use ESSER funds for. And then if you look with me on the pink slip, which is our building fund encumbrances, PO number 14, that is to do some chip and seal. That's behind the primary, so the buses go through there, so that little road right there.
That's great.
And then PO 15, that's for some additional cameras that we're needing at SEC and the high school. And then the child nutrition of the cafeteria, which is next, PO number 45. That is for some tables at the upper. Over the past 2 years, we've been purchasing tables because we've had them for years, and now with some extra funding that we had in child nutrition, we've been purchasing tables, and so this will be at the upper side. Does anyone have any questions?
If there's not any questions, I'd entertain a motion regarding the financial reports and encumbrances.
I move we approve them. I'll second it.
Roll call, please.
McGehee,
Yes.
Job,
Yes.
Adams.
Yes. All right, site presentation, Upper Elementary.
All right, Ms. Holton, you're up, and board, we'll need to head over here so we can see the screen.
Okay, there it is. Okay, good evening. I'm Kelly Holton. I'm the principal at the Upper Elementary School, and I would like to thank you all for giving me the opportunity to talk to you about the Upper Elementary and highlight some of the great things that are going on. I'm going to start out by just giving you some statistical information about the students and the staff at the Upper Elementary. We have 458 students, 42 professional staff, and 12 support staff. We have 8 second grade teachers, 7 third grade teachers, and 7 fourth grade teachers. And along with the 22 classroom teachers, the upper also has an assistant principal, counselors, special education teachers, activity teachers, paraprofessionals, office staff, a nurse, and a resource officer. It truly does take a village. And here is the village. This is our upper elementary staff picture. These people come to work every day and give it their all for students, and I really couldn't be more proud. Okay, this is the 22-23 school report card overall results. It includes the 4 graded areas, which are academic achievement, academic growth. Am I making it do that? Okay. ELPA progress and chronic absenteeism. You can see in the points column that those were the points we made, and then you can see the possible points there beside it. And we did very well in 3 of the 4 areas. You can see we made a B in everything except academic growth. And academic growth does include math and ELA scores. Our students did really well in academic growth in math, but not as well in ELA. And believe me, the teachers weren't happy about it, and they've already been meeting and making plans to help improve that score for next year. Okay, this slide shows the school to state average comparison. The students at the upper elementary, of course, again, they compared very well to the state. The only place, as you can see in academic growth, we were about the same as the state, just a little below, but I mean, notice academic achievement, we were way above the state average in academic achievement. The upper elementary does administer benchmark assessments to our students. We use STAR Reading, STAR Math, and STAR CBM, and we give these benchmarks 3 times a year, beginning, middle, and end. We do some progress monitoring throughout the year too, but the benchmark assessment data is used to track students' progress and to identify students that need intervention. Teachers also give common, formative, and summative assessments, and these assessments are used to make sure the students are mastering the state standards. The results let the teachers know if the students have mastered the skills or if they need some extra support. Okay, all students at the upper are provided a Chromebook. These are some of the programs that the teachers use every day in their classrooms to support academic instruction. Students also use the Chromebooks to take assessments, and we take the OSTP on it at the end of the year, every year. So the Chromebooks usually stay at school. Every now and then the teachers will send them home to do some extra IXL challenges and things like that, but for the most part, they stay at school. Teachers use a variety of strategies to improve academic outcomes. These strategies often focus on active engagement. Students that actively participate in the learning process are more likely to remember the information. Active participation also improves focus and critical thinking skills. And this slide just shows students participating in active engagement. This is more active engagement. Science is an area that our students and teachers really enjoy. Hands-on science activities allow our students to increase their understanding of scientific concepts. Participating in this type of learning also builds social and emotional skills through teamwork. The top 2 pictures show 2nd grade students doing an experiment. They were proving that the inside of a car gets hot enough to bake cookies during the summer. And then the video and the pictures at the bottom show students doing an egg drop experiment where they're using what they learned about gravity, motion, and forces. I think it's already shown him, hasn't it? Okay. STEM activities are a great way to get kids thinking creatively and to spark curiosity in science, technology, engineering, and math. Some of the upper teachers use their donors choose grant money that they got from the State Department to purchase classroom STEM activities. And as you can see, the students love doing STEM activities. Lots of fun, more STEM activities. Our second grade students got to participate in the Farm to You program this year. They got to walk through 9 interactive stations where they learned about the relationship between agriculture, food, and health. We have several times throughout the year that students and teachers participate in fun learning activities that also involves dressing up. And these are always fun for students and teachers, and some really go all out, even teachers, as you can see there in the bottom left, Miss Benson. Another favorite of our students is Football Friday. Members of the football team, the cheer squad, and the dance team come to the building. They arrive early to greet students as they are going in the building. They give our students high fives and words of encouragement, and our students look forward to Football Friday. Each week, students are recognized for their exemplary behavior at school. These students are announced during morning announcements. They get their picture taken, and they receive a prize. And at the end of the month, they are treated to a pizza lunch. There they are enjoying their pizza lunch on the stage. Parents and families are invited to join us for special events throughout the year. Mr. Edwards puts together 3 very impressive music programs. Second grade does a spring musical. Third grade does a tribute to our veterans, and fourth grade has a Christmas program. Parents are also invited to join us for our awards assemblies. During the assemblies, we recognize all of the students who received Student of the Week, Principal's Honor Roll, and Superintendent's Honor Roll. And students in fourth grade have the opportunity to become a member of NEHS if they meet the qualifications. They have to have been enrolled in our school for a semester. They have to meet the GPA requirements, and they have to demonstrate positive qualities of responsibility such as honesty, reliability, respect, and good citizenship. This year, we inducted 41 students into our NEHS. Ms. Tanya Farley is the NEHS sponsor, and she does a great job with these students. Miss Miranda Lum is our Teacher of the Year. Miss Lums, this is her 4th year teaching. She teaches 2nd grade. Miss Lum believes that teaching is one of the most important careers. She wants all of her students to know that she loves them and she lives for the light bulb moments. And we do choose that one Teacher of the Year, but really all of our staff deserves to be recognized. So each month, a professional staff member and a support staff member is chosen to be our Spotlight Employee of the Month. We announce on Facebook, and they each receive a $25 gift card. And these are the professional staff members that have been highlighted so far this year. And these are the support staff members that we've spotlighted so far. And also, Carla and Lindsay have both been district employees of the month. Poteau Upper Elementary is so fortunate to have organizations and people in the community that make donations to support teachers and students. Donations come from churches, sororities, the Poteau Women's League, the Masons, parent groups, and businesses. The donations received go to help our students in need with food, clothing, shoes, coats, supplies, and Christmas gifts, and really anything they need. And we really couldn't do it without them. Mayor Scotty White visited some fourth grade classrooms to help them learn about government. He gave students facts about PODO. He talked about what type of government our city is ran with. He explained his duties as mayor. He also talked to the students about some plans for improvements to Twyman Park, which include a pickleball court, a splash pad, and 2 new playgrounds, which I think is exciting. And our Pirate Quest program is our after-school program that offers an extended learning experience for students at no cost. Pirate Quest students have the opportunity to engage in technology, STEM, arts, extended learning, and physical activity. In the spring, thanks to Mrs. Mixon, the students will get to learn about gardening in our outdoor gardening center. And this is a picture of our outdoor gardening center, and Mrs. Mixon wrote for and received a grant. So we're going to start sprucing it up and using this area. And thank you again. I appreciate the opportunity to brag about the Upper Elementary. I think it's a pretty great place. So thank you.
You guys have any questions? Nope. They let you off the hook. It's basic. Great job. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Holton. We appreciate that. Great presentation. All right. Annual Student College Remediation Report and Annual Dropout Report.
Yeah, Mr. Just like Ghostbusters.
It's just around you, though.
I know, Mr. Ballard couldn't be here today, so Mr. Hackler is super excited. Where's he at? He's super excited to lead this presentation. In your packets, it's right at the very beginning, guys. You'll have a couple of pieces of paper here that look like this and that. So those should be pretty much the start. Those are the 2 documents he's going to be going through today.
Yeah, it's before your
And I'm gonna start with the, I want yellow, green, yeah, student 1 through 16. Our dropout report. Information on that. Yeah, Mr. Ballard couldn't be here tonight, so, just going over the dropout report. Miss Sherry Johnson, she does a great job in our office, just continuing to keep detailed information on our students. And this is one of the reasons that we do have the lowest dropout rate in the state, along with some other things we're gonna talk about. But if you look at, student 1, you'll see how, just different colors. The yellow represents those students. Obviously, we can't list the names on here, obviously, but, just by number, the ones with yellow, those are gonna be off after this school year. So, Ms. Sherry sent in a DVR request that she had information that this student had enrolled at this time with us, but we did receive a request for records, at another school. So they enrolled at that, and once that, it's off our roll. So those are gonna drop, the ones in the yellow, and I believe there are 2 of those. They're gonna drop at the end of this school year. The green represents, we're waiting to hear back from the State Department. She did send a request in, waiting to hear back, but from what we've done in the past and that information showing, just as an example, a student 2 transferred from charter school, and then he did not enroll at PODO for the 24 school year, and we received a request for records from Cameron. That's kind of an example of what she, as she's going through it, she is detailed with the school, the date in which we received the request for records. So we send that information in, and then they're able to drop that, off our roll, so it doesn't show up on our dropout report following year. But we're waiting to hear back on those. There's 7 of those. So that does leave 7 that are in the white, and those are our dropouts. If you do kind of skim through, there's some that, that you're gonna have that just kind of are a little bit out of your control. We might have to move in for County Youth Services, things like that. They might end up moving. There's a few of those that don't end up enrolling
so you are gonna have a few of those, but, you know, one of the, let's start with Miss Sherry Johnson, she's a rock star at the high school, and all our secretaries and office staff are, but she does such a good job, and she's kind of been in every position, so we wanna give her a lot of credit on keeping track of this and the details on, so we can report back if there is an issue where they're showing up and should not. Also, about 4 or 5 years ago, our Fire Connect program, we revamped, and they've done an unbelievable job of those, really reaching those students who, and this is our all-day program, that in that regular classroom that struggle, this is what it is, and they create an environment there where they're successful. This helps tremendously with our dropout rate, and we've seen, and it continues to be really successful. So you know, it's not Mr. Ballard or myself, it's a full team that we're proud of who we have at Photo High School for that, to get the result we do on our dropout rate. Do you guys have any questions on that information there that I might be able to answer?
On student 10, if they leave to go to a facility, does that not put them out of our school district?
If, there's some facilities that take over the education, some do not. And I'm not for sure on the specific on this one, what specific facility that they went to. And that might have been one of those that didn't take over the education, and we just were waiting for them, and they never, I think that's probably what happened. They ended up not coming back, and ended up being a dropout. That would be my guess. But a lot of facilities, when we do receive requests for records, then we drop them off our roll, and then once they return, we add them back on the roll. This particular case, I'm not 100% sure on this. I would have to check on that, but most of the time that is the case. That
Okay.
Take over the education.
Or the school district, maybe where they're at, should take over, transfer to that school district?
And I know there are some and that might be something I'll mention to Sherry and see, make sure that wasn't something that fell through the cracks there. That could be the case. But I do know we've had a few that don't take up for whatever reason. I'm not 100% sure. If there's no other questions on dropout report, if you'll turn to the next with the data sheet with our college remediation. Kind of what we did here is compare just schools around in the county and then schools a few our side as well. Fall first-time degree-seeking freshman council, this is right out after high school, after graduating. We have 47. They're in the green at the top. You see 47. They're in science. We didn't have any in science, had to take remediation classes. English, we had 4, 8.5% out of the 47. Math, we had 8 students that had to take remediation classes. Reading did not have any. So the total students there were 10. And it just shows a comparison. I'm not going to go through all the data, but if you guys want to kind of look through that, comparing different schools in this area and a couple our side as well, it shows just percentage there. Let's see, percent attending, and it just shows our number of graduates. That middle part of high school right there in the green, 150 graduates. We had 49 attending directly right in the fall. So that's 32.7%. So we are on the top there in our county. And then compared with some schools, most of West Sallisaw, right up there with us in Sallisaw, right there at the top as far as that are going to college right out of high school. Our ACT at the bottom, we highlighted, what's highlighted is our highest scores in each category. So number of testers, this last year was the most we've ever taught, or most we've ever tested. 173 was that junior class last year. This goes back to the year before COVID. We were really excited because we raised it over a point from the previous year. So the only one that isn't the best over that 5-year period was math, and it was just about 0.3 points. So
really worked hard. Our teachers done a great job of really getting together. Ms. Tillery's helped with this and our PD, really meeting together within departments and coming up with solutions on, okay, how can we prepare them for that ACT test? Whether it's no work or, supplementing other ways, so they can just see those type of questions over and over, and then they're more comfortable with ACT during the test. We also do the ACT boot camp we started a few years ago. We come one day a week, leading up to the test. We'll have a math day, and it's not like a cram session with content. It's more of a strategy, like test-taking strategies for the ACT test. So if you have somebody that scored a 19, they might want to get to a 21. We're like, okay, we need just a few more questions, so we're trying to give them test-taking strategies. So we have one teacher from each department who is trained in that particular area. We go over it one day math, one day English and reading, one day science. And we feel like that's contributed to this as well. So our teachers have really bought into that and doing a really good job.
Great. Anyone have any questions? Thank you so much. Discussion and vote to approve or not approve the opening of a CD with the Community State Bank.
Make a motion, we approve the
Oh.
CD.
Do we need to,
Do we need,
no, we don't, yeah, we don't have, I'm sorry. I was wondering if we had action on that. We don't. I'm sorry. We're good. So Ms. Valerie, you're up.
Okay, so we would like to open an additional CD. We would, so we have met with the banks, and we would like to put 1.5 million into a CD that would be for 12 months at 5.5%, which is very good right now. And we don't, the interest rates have been really good, but I'm just a little concerned they might be fluctuating. I don't know for sure, but you hear things as you're listening. So we just kind of want to make sure that we have the highest rate we can get with some of the money that we know that we can be like our carryover kind of amount. So we would like to open an additional CD with that.
Do we have some dollar amounts
Oh, yes.
on what that
Sorry.
looks like?
So if we did a 1.5 million for 12 months, it would earn $82,500 in 1 month. 1 year, sorry. In 1 year.
awesome. Mr. Joe, did you have a motion to approve pending?
I'll make a motion to approve it. I'll second the report.
All right, Mr. McGee, second. Roll call, please.
McGehee,
Yes.
Job,
Yes.
Adams,
Yes. Discussion and vote to approve or not approve board-appointed positions.
So there's no change in this. This is our board minute clerk, encumbrance clerk. Both of these positions are ones that you guys would approve. So just a yearly item.
I move we approve it. I'll second it.
All right, roll call, please.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Discussion and vote to approve or not approve the calendar for the 24-25 school year.
All right, I kind of wanted to explain the calendar process this year. What we did was took our calendar for this year and put it into the 24-25 school year, changing holidays and all of that. And then met with our admin team, who then took the calendar to their site committees and talked about pros and cons of the calendar, any changes they would like to make. They brought those changes and suggestions back to us, so we looked at them and, if they were feasible, not shortening the calendar too much, we put it in a Google form and let the staff vote on those changes, so that's what you see before you right now.
So what changes did we make?
We changed, obviously, the parent-teacher conferences last year were 2 days in an evening, and the staff overwhelmingly voted that they only wanted 1 day. Last year, we had 2 days in September for our parent-teacher conferences, and 1 day, in fact, we'll have 1 day. Is it this week? Yeah, this week, this Thursday. We'll have 1 day. Next year, they voted for both parent-teacher conferences to be 1 day. And then work days stayed the same. I think we changed some days off and put them into May instead of having them in March or in April. They wanted a Friday, May 9th and May 16th. So other than changing holidays, and when those fail, those are the only changes that we make. Same instructional days, same number of professional days, and same number of work days. Everything stayed the same, just changing for it's a different year.
Anyone have any questions? All right, if not, I'd entertain a motion with regards to the calendar for next school year.
Go ahead, Earl. I make a motion that we
I'll second.
approve it easier than last year. Say it was easier than last year.
Yeah. All right, roll call, please. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Discussion and vote to approve or not approve board policy.
All right, that's me also. And this is our year for consolidated monitoring, which looks at our federal programs and our policies revolving around those. So we've changed some policies in the fall, I believe, but we need to look at a couple of these deal with federal program complaint procedures. DAAC and DAACE are simply if someone feels like we're misusing federal funds or have some kind of problem, this outlines what they need to do. And then it's a report that we would fill out if those charges were filed. So definitely want us to have updated policies on those. DEE and DEER are travel policies, what we want to do when our staff travels, like to conferences or workshops or things like that. So how we would reimburse them and kind of our expectations for travel, liking to take school vehicles if we have them, so we're not reimbursing mileage, but sometimes that doesn't happen. So then this outlines what we're going to pay for mileage, et cetera. FD is student residency, which deals a lot with our students who are maybe homeless or in the foster care system. What are our procedures for enrolling those students in our schools? And then FDP would be if there was any kind of dispute or disagreement about our enrollment procedures for that. And then GJBA, that's a mouthful, is our student recruitment policy for like the military or for higher education. They often want directories of our students and their ID information, so that kind of deals with how we deal with that. So federal program says we need to have up-to-date policies on those, so.
And these are the policies that were sent back that they didn't approve our audit because of these items. So once we get these done, we can close the chapter on our audit. These are kind of the last items we gotta get approved, so.
And these are the, I guess who provided these policies?
So OSSBA provided the policies. Those of you that are not on our policy review committee, remember, we're actually going through all of these policies right now. So these policies will be policies we're going through again. So basically, all we're asking tonight is to approve these policies as a Band-Aid, if you will, until we get a chance to go through and approve the entire new policy book, which hopefully will be early in the fall.
Any questions? I'll move to approve.
I'll second.
All right. Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Discussion and vote to approve or not approve a contract agreement with Silogist for the API agreement.
Yeah, so this is EL. So we use this program every year. It's a free service for us. The contract just allows us to continue to use the service that we've been providing for our students.
Anyone have any questions? All right. Is there a motion?
Make a motion. Approve. I'll second.
All right, roll call, please.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Discussion and vote to approve or not approve activity fundraisers for the 23-24 school year.
Only got one. So track is going to have a home track meet. So excited about that. It's been a while since we've done that. So with that, they're going to do some advertisements and those type of things as a fundraiser for the track program. So excited that we're actually going to have a track meet again. That'll be good for us.
Absolutely.
I
Mr.
make a
Joe,
motion we approve.
I anticipated you wanted that motion. All right, second.
Second.
Roll call, please. Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Discussion and vote to approve or not approve out-of-state activity trips for the 23-24 school year.
Yeah, so we have 4 of these. Our track team is wanting to go to the Greenwood Invitational and the Van Buren track meet. Also, junior high is wanting to go to one as well. That's all in that first one. Rodeo team's wanting to go to Fort Smith for a bowling dinner. Gear Up is wanting to go to the U.S. Marshals Museum and Historical Society. GT and ACE are wanting to go to Arkansas for the Crater of Diamond State Park. So once again, just none of these are extravagant. They're just, unfortunately or fortunately, we're right here in Arkansas. So a lot of our individuals want to go to Fort Smith, and we gotta come to you for that. So, do you have any questions on any of those? Okay.
Want to make a motion?
I make a motion we approve the out-of-state activities. Second.
Roll call, please.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Discussion and vote to approve or not approve surplus items.
You got 2 different sheets in there. One is for technology. Just we're blessed. Mr. Cochran is working on trying to get some surplus procedures in place. The other one, besides the technology, is HVAC units, commercial ovens, scoreboard. So we're just trying to get a lot of our stuff surplus, and he's working on trying to get some of the procedures in place so that hopefully we can start doing some surplusing soon and get a good routine in place. We got a lot of stuff we got to surplus. So,
Any questions? I'll move to approve. Is there a second?
Second.
All right, roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Any new business?
there is. So I got an email today, it was from Friday though, from Miss Smedley. Choir would like to attend UFIS for a performance on March 6th at 9 o'clock. Obviously, that's before our next board meeting, so they asked if we could add this, and we can as new business. So I would ask that you guys approve the choir to be able to attend out-of-state travel as they go and compete March 6th at 9 o'clock.
Any questions? Move.
I'm second.
All right, so we've got a motion to approve and a second. Roll call, please.
Yes.
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 Facilities report.
Okay, we've got a lot of stuff to go over. We've talked about there's money to be spent, and we're trying to get that taken care of. So first thing on the list is the gym AC. I know we've been talking about that for quite some time. With the basketball season winding down, heading into the playoffs this week, and to make sure they have plenty of time to practice and everything they need to do to finish up. And we also have a large ICAP conference scheduled for the gym for March 13th, right before spring break. So I've talked to the general contractor, and we're going to start this project on March 18th, which is the Monday of our spring break. But hopefully they'll be able to get in and remove some of the old heaters and things while nobody's around, and start that process. So it's scheduled to be about 120 days, which should be middle of July if everything goes well. So we're looking forward to that project. The high school hallway demolition, another one we've been talking about for a while. We did receive some direction from the Planning Commission. We will go back before then next week, actually, to look at putting in a couple of double doors about midway through that hall, to allow access to get a fire hose through that and reach both sides, both ends of the two-story building, which should be sufficient for their needs and be a little less costly for us, a little less movement of utilities and things like that. So that's what we will be taking, Mr. Riley will be taking to the Planning Commission next week and get some feedback on that. At Pansy Kid, we're replacing the back fence, chain link fence at that, and going to a black that will match the front of the building. That was actually supposed to get started today, but I'm sure weather kind of delayed them probably a day. I expect them to be out tomorrow and starting that project as well. We have the 7th and 8th grade marquee is installed. It is powered up. We're going to do there was some confusion or I'll say that nicely, about the base. So it will have rock that matches the rest of the building. It won't be like it looks right now. So I was in contact with the supplier today, but we do have power to it. We're just waiting on some, what they call onboarding, to be able to actually put content on it. So I know Ms. Lamb is really excited about that, and she's been working to get some stuff ready. As soon as we were able to get that turned on and connected wirelessly, then she'll be able to put some messages on. So we're looking forward to that. It looks really good, the top part of that. So also at the 7th and 8th grade over spring break, we'll be installing interior shades for all those large windows in that building. Hopefully cool that down a little bit in the summer. Also here at the high school at the 2-story building. So that's scheduled to be going on during the spring break. Also, the elementary and high school marquees are expected to ship this month as well. So we will install those ourselves. Mostly it's a replacement. So hopefully to have those up and going maybe by the next board meeting. Last week, we were a pilot program with the OSIG, and they had a company come out and install water leak detection sensors at the upper elementary and the high school in various spots. So that will give us a notification if there's a drop in water pressure, if it senses moisture, we'll get a notification and hopefully save a large flooding event like we've had in the past. So that's a good thing for us. And again, it was no charge to us. That was covered by OSIG. We also got 7 new HVAC systems installed at the primary, middle of January, and those are working well now. So we saw those on the surplus report. Those are the old ones. We've got new ones up there now. Those old systems were over 20 years old, so we should see some energy efficiency there as well. Speaking of surplus, we are now live with publicsurplus.com. Okay, we have a couple auctions on there now for some chairs and some floor scrubbers and things. But that's a process, is no charge to the school. The buyers pay a 10%, 10.5% premium, I believe, to Public Surplus. So they pay Public Surplus direct, then Public Surplus cuts us a check for those proceeds. So we have 2 live auctions now, and we'll hopefully just continuously have things on there to get rid of some of the stuff that we've surplused over the last few years. So got that going. As Ms. Martin talked about, we have new bathroom cleaning machines, floor scrubber, and some additional entry mats, some big Berber entry mats that will hopefully catch a lot of dirt coming into our buildings. We have the PO written for those and using ESSER funds for that. So that should help us maintain our buildings in much better shape. The PKMS, Pansy Kid and upper elementary roofing bids, the re-roofing projects, those bids are due next week, February 20th. So we'll have results of those bids to report to you at the March meeting. And we're trying to get the PKMS one done before the end of the school year, which may be a challenge. We'll see how the bids come and see what kind of time frame they feel like they can get that done. And then the upper, we hope to have done by the start of the next school year. So, also, if you've noticed, the baseball field, Coach Dill and the Booster Club and a lot of our maintenance staff have done a tremendous amount of work, and still a lot of work to be done, getting that thing ready for opening day here in a couple of weeks. But they did install the new scoreboard over the weekend. It's up there now. Not operational yet. We got to get power to it, but it is up there. It looks really good. I thank our sponsors. There's about 6 of them that chipped in to help purchase that for us. Also, you'll notice there'll be a new fencing down each foul line. They reconfigured the dugouts to make those larger, and then also will be a warning track installed on that field that's not been there before. So it'll really look nice once they get all that done. If we could do a little demonstration, I know we talked about this project, the aisle lighting for this building. So Mr. Durant, with your help, please. So one of the issues that we have had is when this building is dark, or darker than this even, people are having trouble navigating the stairwell coming down each aisle. So we have LED lights have been installed, and they work really well to show the step right there in front of you. So those turned out really well. Thank you, Chuck.
Is that like a rope lighting?
Yeah, it's a LED, it's a little strip light, yes. From this vantage point, it's a little different because we can actually see up underneath. It's actually a little lip there, and from here we can actually see the light. But if you're standing above it and looking down, it does shine really well on that step. Transportation, we have received notification that Bluebird has applied on our behalf for 10 additional electric buses. That application is due by Wednesday of this week, but ours has been submitted, so we'll wait and see how that goes. And I believe that's it. Any questions?
It's a lot. Appreciate it.
A lot of stuff going on, yes.
Yeah. All right, superintendent's report.
Yep, so we got the bus driver appreciation done earlier. Super blessed to have such a great bus team that we have. So awesome. The second item is legislative review. So from Poto standpoint, we'll be going up to the Capitol several times throughout this legislative session. We're anticipating that there won't be a whole lot with public schools and legislation this session, not like it was last session. If you remember last year, we did the $6,600 raise, we did the security fund piece, we did the maternity piece. There was a lot. So we are anticipating less. However, there are going to be some bills that we certainly keep up with and track throughout. One of the big bills that we're keeping up with is Senate Bill 1256. It's going to remove the teacher empowerment plan. That was a plan that Secretary Walters had put out that had 10% of your school population that receives a bonus, $6,000, $10,000, or $20,000 bonus. And so for us, we chose not to do that last year. They have $22 million in an account set aside now for that, which last year they didn't. That was one of our concerns, is there wasn't set aside money. Well, there is now. And last year there was $250,000 that was claimed out of that. So very few schools in the state did it. So excited to kind of see if Senate Bill 1256 goes through, what they're going to do is they're going to take the matching piece away from schools. So last year, if you were in that, the school had to put up that money and then the state matched it. Whereas if this goes through, basically that money will all be on the state. Schools won't have to put up anything for that. So we are working with teachers right now, a committee of teachers to see what that might look like for Poto, if it's something that will work. Obviously, we don't have anything that we're bringing to you guys yet, but there's a chance that maybe we could utilize that, but it all comes back to Senate Bill 1256 and how that goes. Another one is House Bill 3676, and that one doesn't even have any writing in it yet. It's a shell bill right now because they're still working through what it's going to look like, but there's a lot of momentum at the legislation to change graduation requirements. So right now, graduation requirements are not aligned for your different colleges as well as military and all of this. So they're wanting to combine it, put a little bit more local control in. So really interested to see where that bill goes as we get going through this session. So for the most part, we're not really going to know what's going to make it until we get closer to spring break. But for now, it is interesting to see some of the bills, and the bills you hear about in the news are probably not the ones that are going to make it anyway. Those are the ones that are out there just to get attention. But there's certainly some bills we're keeping up with. But from this end, that's all I got, unless you guys have any specific questions on any of the bills. I did give you guys a flyer with a whole bunch of bills on it, but realize a lot of that is going to die and not make it out anyway.
Anyone have any questions on any of those? Take that as a no. Anyone feel the need to go into executive session? All right. Vote to approve we don't have any resignations to approve still. Have we received any? Nope, all right. Vote to approve the employment of Randy Jones and Nathan Stinson.
I move we approve it.
All right,
Second?
roll call, please. Yes?
Yes. Yes.
Vote to approve the reemployment of administrators directors for the 24-25 school year. I'll move to approve those listed under 19. Is there a second?
I'll second
All right, roll call, please.
it. Yes. Yes.
Yes. All right, unless we missed something, all I need is a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn. Second.
All right, roll call, please.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes.